good afternoon, and thank you for joining me on this week's live broadcast all about selling opportunities for the fall season. So we'll be going over some of the heat transfer vinyls that are sure to yield some higher profits, and also all of the decorating opportunities that you have to reach a few different markets in order to show your customers what all you're able to offer them. Before we do that, I just have a few announcements. So we are going to be doing a workshop Wednesday next month on the 10th and the 11th. So the flyer that you're seeing here is for October 10th, where we'll be doing a Roland boot camp, all on the Roland GS24 vinyl cutter. So that will be October 10th in the morning, and then we will also be doing an afternoon class, which is the Heat Transfer Vinyl 201. On the 11th, that is the day that we'll be doing a Graphtec CE6000 vinyl cutter boot camp, and again, we'll be offering that same class in the afternoon. And you can see there on the right-hand side all of the locations that we'll be offering this workshop Wednesday, so that you can come into our showrooms live with us in person and do some hands-on education with us. So this is the first time that we'll be doing this here at the Stahls TV studio. So if you are in the area, be sure to go ahead and visit the Stahls events page and sign up so that you can come in and see me, Josh, and our tech team, which would be Phil and Jimmy. So we'll be doing a lot of hands-on with the vinyl cutters and some heat transfer vinyl. I see some people commenting in, hi, Maureen, do you offer any VersaCam workshops in the Texas area? As of right now, I know that you can go into the showroom there and they can do a quick hands-on demo with you. So if you just contact that Irving location, the information is on the Stahls website. You can go in and request that. All right, so there's people there in the showroom that will be able to walk you through that, and there is some text there as well. So if you need any questions answered on that, they'll be able to help with that. Hi, everybody else joining in. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started on our topic today. If you guys have any other questions, just feel free to comment those in at any point. And I'm going to head over to my computer right now because I have a website up on Wholesale Boutique. So this is a wholesaler that offers a lot of fun accessories, and they have showing right now some things that are trending for fall. So obviously we have fall accessories like the bags and whatnot, and then we have our trick or treat section. So this is probably the most obvious opportunity that we have for fall, and that is Halloween. I'm just going to go to shop now just so you can see all of the accessories they have available for you to personalize or just custom print and in bulk and sell at a shop, and really take advantage of. So they have a lot of different pattern tote bags that are ideal for treat bags. Now, of course, we can get the ones that are already printed and add personalization to them, like a name or a monogram, or we can take advantage of the blank bags that we're seeing here. So this one has some really fun patterns. This is just a striped one. But these are the two that I'm going to focus on today because we're going to be actually printing a bag just like this. And we always get a request on whether or not our heat transfer vinyl will be compatible with a burlap fabric. So you can see there that this has burlap and just a basic cotton canvas type material paired with it. That's kind of that contrast color that you're seeing there, the orange with the burlap. And we're going to be printing right on this burlap area with our fashion film and patterns. So you can see I'm logged in, and this is the wholesale price for this bag here. Okay, so just an idea of what your upfront investment would be just for the blank item. Now it all varies based off of the tote bags that you are purchasing, and you can just see that there's a ton of variety there. So we'll head over to the heat press and print our first selling opportunity, which would be a treat bag for trick-or-treating during the Halloween season. So again, burlap material. I'm going to go ahead and pull my transfer out of here. We're going to be doing a mixed media look with our CAD cut patterns and also our fashion film heat transfer vinyl. So I'm using the Fusion Swing Away and Draw Press, as you can see here, and I'm set all up here for my time, temperature, and pressure already, so I won't need to adjust that. However, I just wanted to point out the platen that I'm using here. This is the 6x10, And this is going to allow me to thread this accessory on here and get a nice flat surface for the print area that I'm going to be applying my transfer to. All right, before I do this, I do have some wrinkles in here that I want to get out so I have a nice pressure for my transfer. So I'm going to lock this down, double check my pressure since I just loaded something in there, and go ahead and just do a quick preheat to get all of those wrinkles out of that fabric. Takes about 3 to 5 seconds to do that. Okay, so now I have a completely flat surface that I'm working with. Nothing's going to get in the way of me getting a nice even pressure and durable application. All right, so you can see that I'm working with patterns that we offer in our Stahls custom patterns, and I'm also going to be doing fashion film. Now, anytime I'm working with a 2-color look or a mixed media design, I always want to take the heat transfer vinyl that is the largest portion of my transfer. That's going to just help with registration and getting everything lined up on the accessory right. All right, just make sure I'm nice and center. I'm going to bring up my side seams. Looks like I can move over just a little bit. All right, and I'm going to take a cover sheet to cover up that mylar area and protect my upper heating element from anything that could damage it from this bag. Okay, so my fashion film is a 15 to 20 second application. However, I'm only going to tack this for 3 to 5 seconds. This is going to give me enough time for that adhesive to start activating and sticking to that burlap, but it's also going to speed up my production time since I'm still applying another product. All right, so I can go ahead and peel this back as fashion film is a hot peel. And now I can lay in my pattern heat transfer vinyl. Okay, again, I'm going to cover with that cover sheet and apply for the full application. So patterns applies at 300 degrees for 10 to 15 seconds. Right, and that's just going to go ahead and count down for me, and then all I have to do is pop that open, and it is a hot peel, so I can go ahead and peel that back. I am going to correct myself because the first application we did, I said that it was fashion film, but it is actually our glow heat transfer vinyl. It is a very similar product. It has about the same thickness, and it has the exact same application, time, temperature, and pressure. But this is a glow heat transfer vinyl. So for about an hour of light that I get on this white transfer that you're seeing here, it'll give me 3 hours of glow time where it will be showing a bright glow lime green. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this back to the camera. All right, so I paired glow heat transfer vinyl and a pattern. So this is the ultimate mixed media look for Halloween because we're taking a Halloween pattern and adding glow to it just to add some more profitability and of course a special effect that is very sought after during this time of year. All right, so if you're interested in adding glow into your personalization for Halloween, you can find it on the Stahls website. But I did want to point out some of the other patterns that we're doing for the fall season. And these are just 4 of many that are available on the Stahls website, okay? And these are all changeable. So whenever I select a pattern, I can go in and choose the exact colors that I want in each of these patterns that you're seeing here. Okay, so if I wanted this to be different colors, I would just choose from a large chart of a variety of different colors, and I can do the same with each of these. So what we'll do is head to the Stahls website just to show that real quick so you guys can understand the profitability you have with being able to interchange all of the colors in our pattern. So just to show you how to get there, we're at our CAD cut material, vinyl, and twill tab. We just hover over that. There will be a big drop down menu. So under our CAD cut heat transfer vinyl, you'll see patterns, which I have hovered over top of right now. I'm going to click that, and that's going to take me to my options here. So I'm going to go to Stahls Creative Studios. That is the pattern generator where I'm going to be able to select whatever colors I want in that pattern. Right, so I'll click on that and it'll generate a large selection of different, what do I want to call this, divisions, if you will. So you'll see animal prints, awareness, camo, culture. Of course, these are going to be in the holidays selection there. So we'll click that. Those will start loading for me. There are a lot of patterns, so if you have fast internet, those will load pretty quick. But you can just see all of the different fall and Halloween themes here. But like I said, I can interchange all of the colors if I want to. So if I wanted this to be different colors, such as I wanted the Stahls to be lime green or something like that, you get the idea here. But I just really wanted to show you all of the different patterns you have to choose from for this particular market. Now, we do popular color combinations so that you don't have to go in and choose your own. If you just want to see what we have generated for you to choose from, you can do that as well, right? But these are all of the colors that you have available to choose from, okay? All right, so that is the Halloween patterns and the fall patterns. So be sure to go on there and play around. I always tell people that ask about the patterns, the best way to really see all that we have to offer is just going through there and playing around with it a little bit. We'll go ahead and move on to our next application. And this is another popular opportunity for fall because it lasts for an entire month, and it really is geared towards the sports market, which is such a huge market in the heat printing industry. And that is fall fan wear. So printing for fall fan wear during the month of October is for breast cancer awareness as well. So we'll be doing a breast cancer awareness application here with our fashion film and fashion film electric. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my 6x10 platen and drop in the 11x15. We'll be using a couple different platens for this particular application, and you'll see why here shortly. So this is the 11x15. I have it loaded in its landscape option there. And just going to remove all my transfers and place them after we load the garment. Okay, so the reason I have this loaded in the landscape option there is because I want this pocket to drop off the back once this is loaded on. So I'm going to open up this garment and thread it on just like I would a pillowcase, and make sure I'm working with a completely flat surface. So the seam of my cow neck hoodie here is dropping off, as well as the seam from the pocket. All right, if I were to leave those on there, I would not get an even pressure for my application here. Now, anytime I load in a new platen and a new garment, I need to double check my pressure before applying. So you can see this is really hard to lock down, and it's because I have a different platen in there. So we'll release that pressure a little bit. Need to be anywhere between a light to medium pressure. We'll test one more time. What's nice about doing that test there is that I'm getting my preheat done and out of the way as well. Okay, so first I'm going to line up my split text design here. So all I did was I took a design already created and just added pink heat transfer vinyl to it. So whenever you're decorating for the breast cancer awareness stuff, just take designs that you already have created and just change out the color so that it goes along with that theme. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this to make sure I'm nice and center. Right, so I can go ahead and cover with the cover sheet and just tack this for 3 to 5 seconds. So again, like I mentioned earlier, like we did with the glow heat transfer vinyl, anytime I'm working with multiple applications on that shirt, I can tack for 3 to 5 seconds and go in with the second application. Okay, so this is a hot peel. I can go ahead and peel this back. This is the fashion film electric. And then this is just our regular fashion film that you're seeing there. All right, and now I'm just going to add my cheer text here. And we'll apply that one for the full application. All right, definitely want to make sure I'm using a cover sheet here since we do have some exposed vinyl. We don't want that directly touching that heating element. So if you don't use a cover sheet, just make sure you're doing it anytime there is exposed heat transfer vinyl on that platen so that it is not damaging your upper heating element or vice versa. All right, so that's applying for 15 seconds. Peel back hot. And now the front of our hoodie is complete. Now, anytime you're working with a garment like this, it's important that you take advantage of all of the print areas. So I have the most obvious print area taken care of, just a center chest. And now I want to take advantage of more profit opportunity. The more areas of the garment I print, the more profit I'm going to make. So I'm going to add personalization on both of my sleeves here. All right, so I'm going to interchange my platen and put in my double leg and sleeve platen so that I'm able to print both of those sleeves at the same time. All right, so this is just going to lock in just like the other platens do. All right, we're going to latch underneath, make sure that's locked in place, and test our pressure. All right, so we're at a really firm pressure right now. So we'll dial that back a little bit. And now all we have to do is load on both of these sleeves. So what I'm going to do is put the middle part of my hoodie in the center here so that we're able to thread these sleeves on better. And actually, I'm going to do this the other way around. Actually, we're just going to print them separately because I'm not able to fit all of that in the collar of the hoodie. All right, so for this particular application, I could just use my 6x20, but one thing you need to keep in mind of is whenever you are working with a 6x20, sometimes that is too large to fit slimmer sleeves in there and pant legs. So this also works for just doing one at a time as well, since it is a smaller dimension. All right, so like we did earlier, we're going to tack our first application. Let's make sure we're getting a nice flat pressure back here so nothing's getting in the way there. All right, we're going to apply that for 3 to 5 seconds. And I did add a contour around this just so that we have matching heat transfer vinyl on the sleeve with the front of the hoodie as well. So I took that same electric color and I'm just dropping that in there so that that matches the front. Okay, you can see whenever I tacked, I don't have any registration issues where things aren't lining up whenever I lay in that second color. So that's another good reason why tacking is important, because it's going to reduce that heat transfer vinyl shrinkage that we get sometimes if that heat transfer vinyl is underneath the high heat for a long dwell time. So that 3 to 5 seconds reduces the risk of that heat transfer vinyl shrinking. So I'm able to line up that second color nice and easy. Hot peel again, so I can just peel that back. And we'll load on our second one. I'm going to do it on this side so you guys can get a better view of what I'm doing over here. Okay, so this application is going to go closer down to the stripe here. And I am gauging what is center on this sleeve based off of where my seam is. All right, so I'm able to line that up with that seam and know that I'm nice and straight. Now, I'm really close to this seam here, which is really thick, which could cause uneven pressure. So I'm going to make sure that's falling off of my platen here just enough so that it's not going to cause uneven pressure there. Right, and we'll apply this one for the full application since we're not doing any two color. Right, while that's applying, I'll go ahead and check out the questions. The bag finished for, okay, so just based off of doing some research on what people may be selling trick-or-treat bags, like on Etsy, where a lot of people put their personalized items on to sell, anywhere from about 12 to 18 at the highest, but that's all based off of the finish that you're putting on there. So for patterns, I would probably go around 14 or 16. If I was just doing single color, probably around 12. You kind of get what I mean here. Based off of the finish, really gauges what your profitability can be whenever you're printing those. Okay, so that is the finished garment. We have our sleeve print over there. You can see that electric really picking up in the light, and then our sleeve print on the side as well. So be sure to take advantage of the breast cancer awareness opportunity for fall, because you're able to take designs that you already have created for your customers and just switch out different heat transfer vinyl colors in order to make that correlate to the particular awareness that you're selling for. Now, keep in mind, we do have other heat transfer vinyl types that will work great for this opportunity. And again, we're back to patterns because patterns are just so popular now. You need to be able to incorporate this as much as possible. And it's nice that you can choose the colors that you want to put into them. All right, so these are two options that we have for breast cancer awareness. And you can use these for other awarenesses just by swapping out colors. And then this is a prime example of what the same pattern looks like as a different color. Okay, so we just added a mint background on this as opposed to a black background. Right, same pattern but offers a totally different look. And then you're able to get those in glitter as well. Okay, so this is, and I'm going to bring this up close to the camera so you can see the glitter finish in there and how that really sparkles when the light hits it. So any pattern that you're seeing on there, you're able to get in glitter and also sign vinyl or decal vinyl. Okay, so that just kind of gives you an idea of all the opportunities you have just for that particular, and it's just 1 month too. All right, so for our last application and one of my favorites, we're going to be doing a boutique style sweatshirt where we're doing mixed media again with two really popular finishes, and that's glitter and metallic. All right, so I'm going to unload my platen here and load in my 6x20, which is the standard platen that comes with the press. Again, we want to test that pressure. And I'm going to do this without the garment laying on there because the garment I'm going to be applying has rayon in it. I'm going to show you how to properly heat press onto rayon so that you're not getting a big scorch mark on it. All right, so rayon is very popular, and you'll see this a lot if you're producing a lot of graphic tees. It's one of the most popular fabrics that we're seeing incorporated as a tri-blend. So with cotton, poly, and rayon, I've seen rayon and spandex, I've seen rayon and polyester. So it's lucrative that we heat print these properly so that we're not getting a big scorch mark on that, because at that point it becomes unsellable to our customer. So I'm just going to load this on. And to do a preheat, I'm going to cover with my cover sheet. Well, a specific cover sheet, which is a flexible application pad. So this is the flexible application pad. It's nice and stretchy, kind of made of like a silicone type fabric. And what it does is absorbs the majority of the heat whenever something is underneath it for a long dwell time. So I'm going to be applying glitter flake and metallic, CAD cut metallic to the sweatshirt. So I know it's going to be under there for about 10 to 15 seconds, okay? So this is going to protect this fabric from getting a big scorch mark on it. All right, so what we're gonna do is completely cover the surface that's underneath the heat press and do our preheat. So our preheat typically is around 3 to 5 seconds, but anytime I am using this flex pad, I need to increase my dwell time. So the temperature of the transfer is going to stay completely the same, but the dwell time needs to increase. So right now I'm at 5 seconds, and I'm going to change that to 10 seconds because it can be anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds. Right, so we'll go here, increase to 10 seconds, and that will be our preheat. Right, still important to preheat so that we're getting any moisture or wrinkles out of that fabric before we apply our transfer. All right, so I can remove my flex pad and I can apply my first transfer. So this is the glitter flake. This is the black gold that you're seeing here. Perfect for fall. And this tacks for 3 to 5 seconds, so we'll apply for a full 10 seconds with the flex pad on there. Glitter Flake's a hot peel, so I can go ahead and peel that back. Now, anytime you are printing on rayon, you want to make sure too that even though we have that flex pad on there, we're still keeping our temperature fairly low. So I don't want to use the flex pad and still apply it like 365 degrees. I want to use a nice low temp application, including that flex pad, so that nothing's going to damage this fabric. All right, so I went ahead and laid in my gold CAD cut metallic, which is essentially a one-step foil. And now I can go ahead and apply for the full application. So the full application for these two would be 20 seconds with this flexible application pad on. So anytime that I am using a flexible application pad, I'm adding an additional 10 seconds on to whatever my application instructions say. Okay, so these both apply at 10 seconds, so I'm going to add an additional 10 and apply for a full 20 seconds. Okay, that flex pad is going to allow enough heat to get in and apply the adhesive to the fabric, but also keep the fabric from scorching or being damaged from the high heat that comes off of that upper heating element. All right, CAD cut metallic is a cold peel, so I'll wait for this to cool. Almost peeled it hot. Good thing I remembered. All right, you can just fan it off, or you can place it on a cold surface just to speed that up. I want to make sure that's completely cool. All right, I'll go ahead and weed it on the peel the carrier back on the platen over here. And anytime I'm peeling this back, because it is a cold peel, I want to go nice and slow so that I'm not stretching out that heat transfer vinyl too much, because it is a really nice thin material. I just don't want it to distort as I am peeling that away. Right, so that is the finished application that you can see there. Okay, no heat print box, a little crease there from where the edge of the platen was, but definitely no scorching or ruining of the actual fabric, okay? All right, so the best way to sell graphic tees, because they are offered everywhere, is to outfit them, okay? So this is perfect to pair with leggings. I'm just gonna go ahead and outfit just so that you can understand how you can photograph garments like this. So graphic tees, they're very popular, they're offered everywhere, but what can we do to really make this stand out to our customers and make them buy from us? First of all, definitely the finish. We have glitter and metallic on here, which is very sought after and bright and really pops off that garment. So what we're gonna do here is kind of get some stuff out of the way so I can show you how we can outfit this piece together. Right, and this is how I would take a picture of it if I'm selling online, or position it in my shop if I have mannequins and actually people, if you have foot traffic actually coming in. So I'm going to pair it with a nice pair of leggings. These are purchased from S&S Activewear, and they have the open mesh that is really popular that we're seeing a lot in retail. So I'm going to position that together and then add a fall accessory. Right, this is purchased from Sanmar, which is the same brand as the sweatshirt that we heat applied, which is alternative. Right, so we're going to add a fun, really popular and sought after striped scarf, which is already retail ready. It's nothing that necessarily needs to be printed, but if you have customers that love everything to be monogrammed, that's a perfect profitable opportunity that you can take advantage of. Right, and then I'm going to add an additional accessory from my wall over here, which is a metallic bag, which is going to match that metallic CAD cut material on the sweatshirt already. All right, so this is the perfect idea of how you can piece and outfit things together so that whenever they see the item that you printed, they're more willing to spend more on other items that can be personalized, such as the bag and even the leggings and scarf, okay? So those are all profitable ways that you can sell for the fall season. Now, I always get questions on design artwork, so I'm just going to show you where I pulled some of the designs that I heat applied onto the garments today and accessories today. All right, so we're at lovesvg.com right now, and she creates a lot of trendy SVGs. All right, you can't really see me. There we go. Okay, so we have a lot of SVG files on here that she creates, and what's nice about it is they're all free. All right, so if I wanted to use this one for a child's onesie, I can click on that and download right here, download the zip file. That'll pop up. It'll have all the files that I need in order for me to cut or do whatever I want with this specific SVG, okay? And then you can always choose to donate as well or buy a coffee, as they say. But she does a ton of fun SVG files, and they are always specific to whatever season it is. So obviously she's doing a lot of fall and Halloween inspired SVGs, and she just has tons and tons of pages of different SVGs. So if you're looking for artwork where you're not spending a ton of time in Adobe or Corel or even CADWorks Live, you just want to do something real quick, she has a ton on there. We also have another one, Great Dane Graphics, who is through Stahls. You can visit his website because he does a lot of game day wear. So the Colonials hoodie that I did earlier for breast cancer awareness, that's something that I would be able to get clip art for him for that specific market. All right, so I talk about SVG because she does a lot of boutique or crafty inspired SVGs where he's doing more sports inspired stuff. So be sure to visit that website as well. And we did do a glow transfer, so before we go ahead and sign off, I just want to talk about some of the other glow transfers that you can get if you don't necessarily have a vinyl cutter in-house. So we have Transfer Express here. They are our sister company that does all things screen print transfers. We'll refresh the page here as it seems to have. There we go. All right. So this is some of the fashion forward specialty inks that they are doing. So they have Pearl Puff Glitter, and there is our glow transfer right there. So if you are looking to get a screen print feel with that glow effect, you can get that from them. And then our other sister company, The Wild Side, is also doing great and fun fall and Halloween inspired screen print transfers and rhinestone transfers. So be sure to visit their website and check that out because they do glow transfer as well. But these are all stock transfers. So keep that in mind that these are already pre-made and you would just get them ordered through that website. Okay, so before I sign off, I'm going to go ahead and read some questions up here on Facebook. All right, so what was the name of the SVG company? That is lovesvg.com. Okay, hoodie brand, that was J America, the one with the varsity striping on the sleeves. The sweatshirt brand was Alternative Apparel from Sanmar. You can also get J America through S&S Activewear, so if you're looking for a one-stop shop, S&S Activewear does offer J America there. What temperature are you heat pressing at? I was at 300 degrees. All right, any other questions? Looks like that is it. If you guys have any other questions, I'll be sure to visit this live broadcast right after we sign off so I can answer those directly after. But thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.